Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you've been totally grinding away at vocabulary lists, but, you still feel like you sound kind of stiff when you speak Portuguese, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're unlocking a way more natural, authentic speaking voice. We're going to use this brilliant little cheat code pulled straight from our source material that will literally instantly level up your pronunciation. Okay, let's dive into this because the source material poses the exact question we basically all want the answer to. Want to sound more natural in Portuguese? I mean, when you're learning any language, there's this massive gap between reading a rigid textbook and actually sounding like a local, right? It's not just about what words you say, it's absolutely crucial how you say them. And today, we're going to bridge that gap by looking at some incredibly common everyday words. Section 1. Essential verbs of communication. So to lay down our foundation, we really need to look at the actions we use all day, every day. We talk, we speak, we ask, we tell stories. This master list breaks down 5 absolutely essential verbs: falar, contar, dizer, conversar, and perguntar. But the real secret? It actually lies in that middle column, the phonetic spellings. Grasping those is going to be our secret weapon today. Let's isolate our very first one, falar, which simply translates to speak. The standard formal pronunciation here is falar. Go ahead, actually try saying it with me right now, wherever you are. Ready? Falar. Nice and clear. Next up, we have a slightly longer one, conversar. This one translates to talk or to have a conversation. Let's take our time with those syllables, okay? Conversar. Again, that's conversar. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the subtle difference we're highlighting. Just like in English, simply speaking a language, falar, is actually a bit different from actively engaging in a back-and-forth chat. Conversar implies a real dialogue, an exchange of ideas. Understanding that little nuance, it completely helps you choose exactly the right word for the moment. Moving right along, we arrive at contar. The phonetic spelling for this is contar. It's really crucial to note the specific context here, though. You don't just toss this out randomly. You use contar when you are specifically telling a story, recounting an event, or laying out a fact. And that brings us to dizer, which means to say. Notice that the phonetic spelling is a bit unique. It's actually not a hard D sound at all. It's much softer, more like a J. It's pronounced gizer. Let's do that one more time together just to make sure we've totally got it. Gizer. Excellent. Let's put those two side by side to really lock in the distinction. On one side, we've got contar, sharing a full narrative. On the other, we have decir, the much more basic act of simply saying something. Think of it like this. You decir a word, but you contar a gripping story about your wild weekend. Our final foundational verb is perguntar, which simply means to ask a question. This is a beautifully rhythmic word. Let's slowly sound out the syllables. Per, gun, tar. Really emphasize that last syllable. Per, gun, tar. And there you go. That is how you get the information you need. Section 2. The Brazilian pronunciation secret. All right, so you know the textbook pronunciation, you've mastered the vocabulary, but here is the cheat code to instantly drop that rigid sound. So the crucial point is, the R at the very end of these verbs actually sounds like the English H in a lot of Brazilian accents. You take that hard rolling R and you just let it breathe into this soft, breathy H. And this brilliantly illustrates the transformation. The standard formal way is falar, but with our Brazilian accent cheat code applied, you drop that hard R and it literally becomes falar. Just a light, airy H sound at the very end. Falar. Suddenly, it just flows effortlessly, doesn't it? Section 3. Practice out loud. Okay, knowing the secret is one thing, but muscle memory, that's entirely another. Your mouth literally needs to get used to making these new shapes and sounds. As our source material emphatically states, practice saying them out loud. So let's take all 5 verbs and apply that H cheat code right now. Instead of conversar, say conversa. Instead of cantar, say canta. Dize, pergunta. Do you feel how much more relaxed your jaw is? That is the absolute magic of this tip. It's honestly amazing how one simple little tweak can completely revolutionize your confidence in speaking, which leaves us with a rather provocative thought to end on. If just dropping an R for an H can make this much of a difference to your fluency, what other incredible language secrets and shortcuts are you completely missing out on? Keep exploring, definitely keep practicing out loud, and make sure you follow the source for more pronunciation tips just like this one. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep up the great work.